Hey, Spiritual Squad, this is Richard of Guidance by Richard. I hope everyone is doing well. I appreciate those that have been following me being part. I ask you to continue to share with others. It's free. The second part is if you're new to this experience, I thank you for participating, and I hope that you will find value and also like, subscribe, and share with others. It's time for another chapter of In the Moment. This moment is about silence. For a lot of people, many people want to be heard. And because of that, it's really, really hard to be intentional about listening. That would require you to slow yourself down and allow yourself a level of silence. There are many things that we miss trying to be that person, get that voice. I want to get my word in. You don't stop and really digest what's being said because you're already anticipating what the answer is going to be based on a little bit of information you've already gotten. So it's really hard for a lot of people to just be able to be intentionally an active listener. That active listening is silence. That need to be heard, it really gets filled with the need to listen. So I think it's a little bit of a weird shift for a lot of people because if you come from households where you weren't necessarily heard, maybe your siblings, you get loud voices, you have a thirst to get your point of view, run right in before. There is so much missed in silence. God speaks to us, your higher conscience, the spirits, the element of all that is. That's the element of air. So the whispers of conversations, the way things we miss, the movement of things that require you to slow down. We live in such a quick, rapid lifestyle. So being able to listen, that's a lot for most people. I find it to be really, really, really great. So much is missed by not just slowing yourself down, allowing yourself to not get out of character. Really be an active listener. And that silence ends up being filled with so many things. So then in understanding, I'm going to get and have understanding of myself, then it allows me to really pay attention. I don't necessarily need to get my point across at that moment. I should be able to be an active listener. So how are you going to do that? You're going to have to get silent. You have to get quiet. You have to quiet your brain. You have to quiet. So what does that do in terms of that part? For those who have anxious behaviors, ones that have to feel like they have to get your point of view, you don't have to let yourself get worked up unnecessarily. So the art of this listening and silence come hand in hand. So think about it as that harmonious part. And you're never alone. So being able to be in a state of silence, you lose nothing. You still get your point across when it's time. But get all the fragments, get all the information, and just getting quiet. Just be silent for a few. So if it's a behavior exercise, try to just go to a space where you can just turn everything off. Try to just stop and allow yourself to just be at peace and think about you being an active listener and allowing yourself to be silent. So it is a craft. It does take some practice. I'm just fortunate enough because I like to hear. I'm a good listener, an active one. So silence is normal to me. To turn off the TV, turn off the radio, turn off music, and just have nothing going on. I can appreciate hearing. It helps me value the idea of my ears. And I appreciate that I still have the ability to active listening. So think about it from that standpoint. If it allows you to change or shift to be more of in the art of silence, then appreciate the functionality of being able to hear. And think about it from a person who can't hear. So they really have to be more of either a way to be an active listener. They have to understand silence because they don't necessarily hear it. So you can appreciate that from that standpoint. then it allows you to be able to be okay with not saying anything, okay with just being silent, being at peace about what that looks like for you. That's an important thing because we all want to be heard, and it has to start with ourselves first. How active do you listen? How quiet can you allow yourself to be? And at the same time, if it's hard for you, you can write down things while someone's talking, while you silence. Start to add a step by writing things down, because then it allows you to hear everything. Write it down. Your point of view, you want to be heard, write it down. So when you get to speak, you've already heard it all. You can take notes, but you're actively paying attention. Eye view. And you'll see so much value in so many things you missed. The panorama view of life just requires you to just be an active listener. Just be silent. Try it. You breathe a little bit, get quiet, and allow the consciousness to be one with you. Be an active listener. Learn to be silent and be okay being silent. I hope you appreciate this comment, this point of view. Again, this is Richard of Guidance by Richard. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you being silent. But I still need you to like, subscribe, and pass the others. It's been a great one. Be well.